Ever since I saw... I've never been accused of having a small vision. Chris Roberts, and I would like to build a universe with you. Welcome to Starcast.
Hello, everybody! Here we is. We're back. Oh, man. Last week was hell, wasn't it? Cliffy, could you move your camera down just a tiny little bit? It's pointing up at your sky. Thank you, sir. Tonight we have... Yes, Trendane.
Well, I just noticed something while we're... And there, I'm echoing again.
You're echoing?
Anyway, I noticed something while I was watching the...
Is that better?
Yes, that's much better. Thank you. I just noticed something while I was watching the intro. The Earth is rotating the wrong way.
Well, we're kind of contrarian around here.
I know. Sorry. We were talking about Jenny, weren't we?
Yes, exactly. So tonight we have Jenny Varner.
Hi guys.
From Cloud Imperium Games. And
How goes it?
doing well. And we have, of course...
You sound so thrilled. Hi. How's it going?
She's ecstatic. And we also have Cliffy, as always. And Mr. Trendane. Yes.
Modesty.
Tonight we've got some cool stuff to talk about. Oh my god. Of all the nights, and I was talking about this with Trendane earlier, of all the nights that we have had stuff to discuss, space trucks. I'm excited about. Very, very excited about the space trucks. So Trendane and I actually have some things we can discuss, which is unusual for us. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with the... If I turn Trendane up, he keeps hearing himself, and usually that doesn't happen, and I'm not quite sure why that is.
It's because I'm in a new house, and I still haven't finished setting everything up properly.
If I turn you up again, are you hearing yourself?
Well, I don't know. I haven't... Yes.
Is it really bad?
A little bit. No, it doesn't bother me.
How about the audience? Do they hear you? Double?
I would hope so. I mean...
No, but doubly.
Oh, doubly. I don't know about doubly.
Nah, I don't hear it double.
You don't hear double
No.
either? All right, Trendane, you're just going to have to suck it up, buddy.
I was going to say, it doesn't bother me. I was just stating fact, that's all.
You like to hear the sound of your own voice anyway.
I'm a voice actor. That
Right.
goes with the territory.
So it goes with the territory. You're used to listening to yourself.
That doesn't necessarily mean I like it. It just goes.
All right. Well, if I turn you down, then everybody else goes down, and it just causes this whole thing.
It's a cascade.
It's a cascade effect. All right, Genvar.
What's up?
Give us a little bit of an intro about yourself, what you do at Cloud Imperium Games.
My name's Jenny Varner. I am the community content manager here at CIG, and I'm surprised that nobody has tried to photobomb me yet.
There was...
Be patient.
Yeah.
I know, right? It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Lando will walk by and photobomb me again.
So-
Yeah, it seems to be a recurring thing at this desk. So what can I do you guys for? Anything in particular? You have any questions for me, or?
Nope. Just call and say hi. Talk to you later.
Sorry about that. My phone decided to go off just at the wrong moment there. So yeah, tell us what are your main duties at Cloud Imperium? Like, what do you focus on your day-to-day thing?
So I'm working with the community team. Sorry, I just keep bumping this desk.
Yeah.
I'm working with the community team with all of the updates that you guys get on a day-to-day basis now. I'm sure you guys have noticed that we're slowly trying to increase the amount of content that we're giving you in different ways, and a lot of that is planning and production notes and things like that. And I'm also looking to work pretty closely with the Twitch community and the YouTube community. I know how important that kind of marketing is nowadays. So the idea of getting a little bit more visibility through everybody else's channels will essentially grow everybody in the long term. So I'm kind of excited about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody's scratching each other's backs.
There's a bunch of streamers that stream Star Citizen nonstop, like WTFosaurus, Bad News Bear, and those kind of guys. Twerk. That's all they do is stream.
Captain Richards.
Captain Richard, yeah. Basically anybody on Bad News Bear's team and over.
Yeah, and I love the idea that at this point, anybody that wants to stream could essentially stream. Like the barrier to entry is pretty low, and so the fact that if you just want to start streaming, we're willing to help you out and look at what you've got going, and hopefully just build a network from the biggest people all the way down to the people that are just starting out, making them feel like they matter just as much as the ones that might get a little bit more notice, I guess.
That's key, because one of the things that happened with me in my early days on Twitch was that I got picked up by a developer for a different game, and they helped promote me, and then my channel blew up, after that. So it is important, believe it or not, you have a lot of power to wield there. Yes, it's like a sword.
Well, I just know that as the game progresses, that there's going to be more and more opportunities for us to interface with you guys, be it online gameplay or matchups and tournaments and things like that. So establishing a really cool network of people that are on board with streaming Star Citizen is going to be pretty high on my list.
Mm-hmm.
I also see big things happening in the Verge, especially with those Hall C's having the big advertising billboards.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah.
I want to put my Twitch channel on the side of one of those billboards. How much does that cost? Do you have any UEC prices yet?
I wish I knew those answers, because I am just as interested as you are.
Clifford is a school.
5 UEC per hour.
That's pretty good cheap. That's price. That's good.
I've even been seeing some comments about people wanting to buy them just for the ad space and just sticking them in shipping lanes and stuff and collecting the ad revenue. So it's fascinating to see the way that our fans' minds can extrapolate just off of one simple ship design.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I've noticed you talking about, getting more content out there to us, the viewers and streamers. The new revamp of y'all revamped this website even further now, and it seems even more interactive, and it gets you more of that content right there in front of you when you go to the front page.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something that we've been working with Turbulent on a lot, and they're actually working on building out a community page, which is going to be really cool. I don't have a timeline on that, but yeah, I've seen a few glimpses of it, and there are featured Twitch streamers and active Twitch streamers and
cool.
high scores and posts and all of the things that you would want in an aggregated community kind of web page, and I'm really excited about it.
That's fantastic. Questions, guys. We have a form you fill out. It's really easy. Just go to the link right there, because a lot of times the chat goes by very quickly and we don't get a chance to read all the questions. So if you just click on that bit.ly link, that's bit.ly/Starcast in all caps, click on that, go fill out the form, and we will get to the questions as we can throughout the show. So please, any questions you have directly for Genvar or questions about whatever tonight, just please ask them, and we'll get to them.
And get them in quickly, because Cyberwolf said he's only got 10
He's only got 10 this week, so you guys have a good chance to actually ask a question. Second big thing I want to note is our little puppy dog Clifford here, the big red dog, has purchased a Hall C for giving away tonight. That is a $200 ship. It's a $200 ship. It's beautiful and shiny. Many, many cargoes. So if you would like
it's a whole lot of ship.
It is a hell of a haul of a ship. So if you have, it's more like 15. See, we're screwed. Maybe 16, probably 20. If you would like to enter in, he's a big red pug. That's right. If you'd like to enter into the giveaway, all you got to do is be here, have watched for 5 minutes, and type in the keyword, which we'll give to you in just a little while. We'll do it in a probably...
Be here to claim it.
You have to be here to claim
make sure
it.
they're following, right?
What's that? Oh, they'll follow. Oh. They will follow. God bless.
Be
America.
here to claim it.
Yes, we've given. This is a $200 ship, and if you guys aren't here to claim it, it goes to the next guy, and I don't want to hear a single bit of whining. Not even a little bit.
Well, I do want to hear the whining,
Oh,
but
you do?
I'm kind of weird like that.
Yeah.
Schadenfreude. And all
Oh
that.
no,
You're
you're just trying
definitely
to
a
sound like
shot
Carmen,
in
like,
front
oh, the beautiful tears, yes.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be like making chili out of your parents.
That is so awesome.
We're drifting.
We do digress every once in a while. This is why we're the most vapid cast in the verse, as voted by millions of people. So, yes, if you're not here, we blow you out the airlock.
So, my question to Jenny has always been, can you tell me a little bit about your AMD background? I'm kind of
Ooh.
really curious because AMD is, you know, as we know, is very touted by RSI, by the Omega. So, you know, and a lot of people come up, the question is, why hasn't NVIDIA had some kind of plug in there? And I'm kind of curious. I'm pretty sure eventually something will show up, especially with these new billboards. And there's so many we were talking, so many people have been talking about that's a way of y'all maybe making a little revenue from people and making it like intertwined within the story of the verse of, say, for instance, like Coca-Cola, and
Right.
somebody, you know, puts an advertisement of Coca-Cola and it's still relevant, but y'all would get some of the ad revenue because, you know, people will be gaming and they'll say Coca-Cola, oh, I want to go get something to drink.
Yeah.
But from your AMD background, what did you do there? What did that all entail?
So I worked with the new media team is what we ended up rebranding it. I worked on the official AMD rebrand, helping out the marketing team with in the time that I was there, we actually dropped the green arrow. I'm sure that you remember the AMD green arrow that's next to their logo. Now it's just all black or all white, and I think it looks really clean. But yeah, a lot of the video content that went out during those couple years that I was there, I had some sort of touch on, anywhere from producing it to editing it. I actually started out as a junior editor there and slowly just kept asserting myself into situations where I was given more and more things to do. And then I ended up kind of working more with marketing and events and that kind of stuff, and moved into social with them. And yeah, it worked out pretty nicely. I'm here, so.
Yeah, and obviously you really, you know, because that's one thing I told Squirrel when we went to the PAX South was a very good, you know, when we first met you for the first time with the setting, everybody. You know, I told Squirrel, I said, man, you know, finally Sid got another person that's so enthusiastic and bringing so new enthusiastic energy from the actual staff themselves, other than, you know, Ben and, you know, James and everybody. But I mean, and plus, you know, more ladies getting out there, you know, and hey, you know, there are girl gamers out there that love this game just as much as we do.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a misconception that we don't have a whole lot of female backers. It's just the idea that they aren't super active during the development process. We're pretty confident that as the game continues to build out, that we'll find ways to attract the ladies back into the way that we play the game. But I mean, personally, I can understand the distance at this point, but.
Yeah,
Once we get, you know, the FPS and the persistent universe and things like that, I'm sure it'll all come back around.
Well, yeah, definitely. One comes to mind is Geek Girl Gaming. I know she'll definitely get into it when the trucking and stuff comes in. She'll love it because she does a lot of Elite Dangerous on that aspect of it.
I'm definitely the explorer kind of person. I like the thing that really just, you know, kicked me off to this project was the idea that there will be like constellations out in the universe that nobody has ever seen before, and you can go and, you know, explore and find them and name them yourself. The idea that it has that randomness to it is super exciting.
Oh yeah.
Go
ahead.
I was gonna say, do you have is there any plans in the works? Because right now this game is significantly mostly male. You know, the base of the game is mostly male. And I saw a couple of surveys or something like that, and it's like, what is it, 75% or more?
It's more than that, but yeah, it's definitely something that's on my radar as a girl gamer. I'm constantly, I have that in the back of my mind as the idea of getting the balance a little bit more even. But again, I really think that it's more of a timing thing, the development issue and things like that. But yeah, we definitely have a lot of things in process. I mean, I'm sure you saw Lisa Ohanian's new segment called Ship Shape. That's another visible female within CIG, and we have a new girl, Alyssa, that started this week, and she's going to be working in the marketing department, and she will probably also be a pretty prominent face, which is exciting.
Okay.
I bet you Sis Andy's happy to finally have some help.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely helpful. I mean, the amount of planning and efficiency is going up for sure. It's awesome.
By the way, let me just interrupt here real quick. Now, people are making all these comments. It is not Clifford. It is not Trendane. Nor is it Jenny. That sound effect you're hearing in the background is Chelsea. If you guys would stop writing all those damn complaints to her, fix my ship, I need to refund my thing, I bought the wrong ship. Stop doing all that, and she wouldn't type so damn hard.
You'll make poor Travis. It probably takes forever to get her home at night.
Travis is deaf. He's lost his hearing from that. At home, she types just like that, too.
And no, what's bad about it is that she answered one of my concierge when she was in freaking Colorado. She does not get no sleep.
Yeah, that's why you get separate. It's quiet, right, Trendane?
Very quiet. This is not a noisy keyboard
What
at
are
all.
they, cherry browns? No, cherry blues, maybe.
Well, y'all know mine is noisy because
yours
mine's
is,
mechanical.
Go,
Mine's
Chelsea, go.
Logitech G15. It's very quiet.
Yeah. All right, well, let's start talking about some of the news. We only got 15 minutes, and we got to start doing the Q&A time. So let's... Is it blue cherries? Blue cherries wreck eardrums. Okay, I guess I'll go backwards. Okay, so this week, big stuff. Big stuff. We had ships. New ships. The ships that we've been waiting for, or at least Trendane and myself, I think. Trendane, are you interested in even getting one?
No.
No? Oops, I hit the wrong button.
I only want to do a little bit of space trucking. My freelancer is everything I want.
Yeah.
I want to do a little bit of space trucking so that I can get enough money so that I can fill it full of food and supplies, and then I'm going to take off and go exploring. And I'm just going to go until I'm like, I really should go back or I'm going to starve to death. And
Remember,
then,
he has the freelancer max, so he's got plenty of hauling space in it.
Yeah.
What do you think? What are you guys thinking about the external cargo units like that?
I know I've heard a lot of people commenting on, oh well, I could just blow off the tip of it and the front of it will just go floating off, and I just steal all the cargo attached to it and haul it away.
It's not a bad idea. I was thinking there's a definite weak spot right behind the where the central tube attaches.
Yeah, but there's been a lot of SIG has put out a lot of information saying that that's one of the strongest points in the entire ship is that spine.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, I would think that this ship would probably have a lot more since it's foregoing a lot of like firepower. It has to have some hellacious shield generators, I would think.
Or very fast engines.
Well, nah, I don't think it's that fast, but I definitely think the shield generation that it puts out is pretty significant.
Ergo Demon just in chat said that we're getting a wonderfully misc heavy lately, and I totally agree. Because he said he loves the aesthetic of the misc. I love the aesthetic of the misc too. One of the very first ships I ever got was a freelancer, and I love the front end of this ship.
Oh yeah, and even when it folds up, I mean, it looks great.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think when a lot of people were like, commenting like we were talking earlier about just the cargo units, but then when people saw it actually holding ships in those cargo units, then they're like, oh no, I like it now.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find a picture of that. I'll look it up real quick while we're doing this. But
yeah, because I have one of them in there as where it's showing the ships. The single-seater ships. So now people have a carrier, so they can actually, pay somebody, hey, will you fly your whole seed to this area of the zone where we're going to deploy a lot of our guys out all at once. We want to save them fuel because it's going to be a battle that we're going to try to...
If you need to find that Geek Domo, it was the art sneak peek at the end of Around the Verse.
Yeah, I saw that. I'll bring it up here in just a sec. I think it's kind of strange. It's kind of a strange thing, but you're going to have to leave your cargo up in space if you want to land a C or a D&E, right? Is it C D&E or just D&E? You guys
D&E,
remember?
I think.
D&E,
C can land planet side.
C can land a planet side.
No, it can't? Oh, so it's,
I don't think so.
I thought it said in the post that it could. It was the only one I think that had.
We would like to add a disclaimer that you are not to hold Miss Varner to any piece of data that might fall from her lips today.
That's right.
Definitely not the foregoing most source in ship data. That's for sure.
Well,
Yeah. See, I think
Our
only the A and the
outsourcing
B are the
manager
ones
here-
that can land
Sorry.
with cargo. Yeah, that's what you know what it means.
well, I know they said. I thought they said the sea could do a water landing. I think.
Look at the chat right now.
We
Look
call
at the
that
chat.
a crash in the ocean.
Oh,
Only
okay.
A and B. Yeah, only A and B. Right.
Listen to the one that works next to Ben.
I'm trying to find a picture there. Where do you think it was, trending? Because I thought it was at the end. I don't see
It's
it.
the art sneak peek at the end of Around the Verse, episode
Arts?
42.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
The space toilets.
Yeah, the space one. I'm like, okay,
Oh,
that's,
that's
not the right
right.
spot.
That
Yeah,
was. Sorry, I got them confused, didn't
that's the space.
The space toilets was this week.
I? Right. I loved that.
No, but there
Yeah.
was a thing in there, wasn't there, for this?
It was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, just trying to find out where it is.
I was distracted by Travis. Day.
I'm getting it for you. Give me a second here.
Well, I had it open to it. This is the problem. I had it open, then I closed my browser window, and it closed everything.
Here it is. I found it. I'm
What-
going to
just tell me the time.
and paste it in chat. Okay.
I can't see it in the chat. Just tell me the time.
There.
Or that.
Just did it. 4:51. Grab it. That's it.
Do it. Do it now.
4:51.
It's in there by me. I'm the only Miku in the stream.
No, trend. No, Clifford.
The PNG.
I'm looking at the pitch. I'm trying to find it in the video. Never mind. Forget it.
That picture will show it though.
Okay.
Yes, they do.
Yes, it did. Okay.
Yes.
There we go. So yes, that does make it really awesome because you can now see just how large that is compared to all the other ships, and
Yeah.
gives it a really useful story. Like if you right off the bat you go, oh, how am I going to get our fleet from the area to this area, especially like the smaller ships of the fleet. Now you can see it carrying all the 300s and all the other stuff.
This is where a pilot shows, This is where a pirate shows up and says, "You mean my fleet?"
My fleet, yeah.
And-
This is a whole. This is like a big car carrier. You know, one of those car carriers that carries like 10 cars on it or something. Stealing that, you get all the cars. Silver. I used to have some Star Citizen emotes, but I don't do that anymore. There's a whole legal thing now. Back in my day when we first started, yeah, we could do that. Back in my day, I used to have Chris Roberts and Star Citizen and stuff. We're not allowed to do that anymore. Legal reasons. All right, some other stuff. Before we have to move on, make sure you guys are getting your questions in, please. What about the new Merlin? Let's see if I can-
Merlin was freaking awesome.
we'll find it real quick.
It's like I mean, you could tell because you know how he was talking. He was pulling inspirations from the hot rods, and it shows. And my thing was always wanted to take the Idris and see how many of those Merlins I could pack in it, because I could just see a battle going on, and all of a sudden you see the front doors of my Idris open, and a swarm of these things come out.
It's like hornets, not the ship, but you know.
Yeah, they hit the bee's nest, and here they come.
One of the things that I really liked about the Merlin that I was not expecting, because I hadn't looked at anything about it, and when I was looking at it in the thing as it's panning across the ship, I'm like, do you lay down in the thing? What is going on? Then it pans further back. I'm like, cockpit's near the back. Oh, and it really, most ships that we've seen so far, the cockpit is right up front.
The Merlin has a
And-
very like Jaguar feel to it, like, you know,
Kind of, yeah.
X type.
Or the Mach 5.
Or the Mach 5, yeah.
And now what manufacturer is the Merlin deviation from?
King Arthur. No. I don't remember.
Because I'm wondering if they'll make a larger size Merlin with that kind of a feel to it. Would be awesome. I know there's a larger. I thought there was a larger size that they were going to come out with for the Merlin.
Kruger.
No,
Just say
Kruger. Kruger. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Kruger.
This is why we have the show, because, you know, we don't know everything. And you guys do. So, lay it on us.
Yep.
Beat us down with your knowledges. Okay, next thing. The grabby hands. Here, okay, I got this one queued up. I had this one queued up from before. Okay, so let me show this one. This is pretty amazing. This is Chelsea doing grabby hands in space. God, she's so loud. Hold on. There we go.
She just stopped.
Now she stopped. She must be listening to it. She's like, oh, stop talking about me.
They want you to type some more Chelsea. They were actually like, you could hear the sound in space. And I'm like, and then you stopped and they were like, dang it!
Ask Chelsea, if we bought her a nice, quiet keyboard, would she use it?
She won. She loves that keyboard.
Say it'd be really
It's her
soft with
favorite
good tactical
keyboard.
feel. Okay.
A good tactical feel keyboard. That's
What
they're
keyboard is
trying
it
to
that
sell you on right now.
Well, what keyboard is
it?
Black Widow Razor.
Black Widow Razor
God.
Oh,
keyboard.
that's the
Damn it.
same one I got.
Ultimate.
Ultimate, apparently.
No.
Sound
Yes.
disappointed, Clifford.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's the same one I got, but there's a stealth version of it that they do.
Yeah, let's get her a
Yeah.
stealth one. Anyway, in the background here, grabby hands.
Grabby hands.
Grabby hands is pretty freaking fantastic. You know, forget just not the coin flipping thing, but it's pretty cool being able to pick up anything and put it anywhere. And you can imagine like loading, like physically having to load cargo. Like you get your cube-shaped chickens, and you have to pick them up and stick them in there, and pick up another one and stick them in. And you have to stack the chickens in just the right way. You know. This is all very
Such
important.
a cool part of that thing.
I like the idea of just seeing them finally go around the ship and showing, hey, look, you'll be able to place stuff in your ship and here and there and actually decorate, you know, because especially for like Trendane, who's going to go on long explorations, that's going to be his home for who knows how many game days,
And he
you
can
know?
decorate it all fabulous.
Probably not. Actually, it's
Just
probably
like
going to
your
be
room
really,
is
really
right
simple.
now. With this stuff. It'll be pretty, Trendane. Look at curtains.
No,
Dude, I
curtains.
totally
We don't
want-
call them curtains. We call them window treatments. Thank you very much.
Oh god, well, I want the
Please.
little
Oh my-
dingleberry ones that hang around the edge.
Oh
of the-
God, no.
Yes.
No, take a shower. Just. Oh, you mean the?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
And then I could play Lowrider by War. And sit back with my head all leaned back and my gangsta lean and my freelancer max.
But I mean, the grabby hands is really a revolution in itself.
It
just
is.
showing that, you know, and I think on Around the Verse, you know, the little intro video that Lando was showing up, because that was obviously his voice, you know, really epitomized what Chris always said it from the very beginning.
What, still...
I am building it. I'm building this game for PC because PC pushes the boundaries
That
of
has
technology.
nothing to do with the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy intro of Around the Verse, which I totally geeked out over because that was like perfect. After like first I was watching, I was like, okay, what's this little animation? But then I started hearing the music in the background, and I was like, oh my god, they're doing the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Then I realized it was episode 42, and I was all excited about that.
Yeah, but what was hitting me was like the consoles and everything that they were.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
And they had them like through their heads. You guys, if you haven't seen the intro to just Around the Verse from this week, go watch it. If you're
It's
if you're on
amazing.
Hitchhiker's
Go
Guide
watch
to the
it
Galaxy.
after the show.
Yeah, don't watch it now. Stay here.
Pause this.
No, don't pause
Go
this.
watch this thing that's pre-recorded.
We'll wait
We're
for
live.
you.
Don't pause.
We'll wait
I know,
for
I'm
you.
just kidding.
Just go watch it. It's only 5 minutes. We'll sit here. We'll wait.
Yeah, it's a really sweet Hitchhiker's Guide tribute that Bid wrote and Jared voiced and animated, and he had some help from Angry Peas and Ryan Archer in the Austin office to build out all of the artwork.
That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
It was a really cool team effort. It was really cool.
Yeah, like James being all over the James, James Ben.
Pew, pew,
Yeah.
pew, pew,
Pew, pew, pew.
He's a pug.
All right. It is now that time.
Oh, all right. Good night, everybody.
Q&A time. No, no. We-
Q&A.
Yeah, Q&A time.
Yeah,
All
you
right,
can't
so
go
before
yet.
we start Q&A time, you guys, somebody type an exclamation point question. Okay. somebody, if you want to write a question, fill out that form, because in a couple of seconds, we're going to start a giveaway. And as calm as the chat is right now, you will not see any text in the chat for a couple of minutes, at least. So
Very true.
So yeah. Once again, let's go over the prerequisites for the giveaway. You must have been here for at least 5 minutes, and you must be a follower. That's just the requirement of the bot. You can always unfollow me immediately after. I know it usually will happen. And then once you've done those two things, then you just type in the keyword. But you need to be here for the giveaway. You can't disappear. Trendon, explain this to them. Yes.
Let's make this very, very
clear.
clear.
From the ground, explain this.
When we draw the name at the end of the giveaway, and Geekdomo says, so-and-so's the winner, you need to be here to say whatever it is you're going to say in the thing, because if you are not here, you get kicked from the thing, and we just draw somebody else's name. You missed your chance. The reason we do this, far too many people and bots and whatnot, they show up in the thing, they enter the giveaway, and then they leave. And if they win, they've won it. It's no big deal. So by requiring your presence, it's guaranteed that somebody who actually gives a damn about the game will get it. So,
I'm the dumbass.
what is James doing?
He's
I
dancing.
don't know. He's tearing something apart.
What are you tearing apart over there?
Nothing.
It's nothing.
Everyone's spamming question because they think that's the keyword. Wow. You're completely wrong.
I tried to get you guys an answer. It did not happen.
Yeah.
He's playing with a Chinese finger torture device. It's a Garrot, and he's coming to tickle Jenny. Okay, here we go. Good luck, everybody. May the odds be in your favor and shit. The keyword is Genvar.
I'm a
How will
keyword.
we ever remember it?
I'm a keyword.
You are the guest of honor tonight, and you are now the keyword. And your name will be spammed most beautifully across the chat.
That's pretty sweet.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to hear a little background of why, I mean, you understand people shorten their nicknames and stuff, but I took an editing class in college, and they wanted you to label your file name with something specific that was yours, because everybody's submitting essentially the same edit, just a little different. And so it became a thing where everybody's going, oh, let's watch Genvar's edit, and that's what stuck.
That's how we all get these weird names like Trendane.
Yep.
But that's my middle name.
And Clifford with his 40-foot long name. Clifford went from something simple to something long. Clifford's real name is Clifford Big Red Pug, right? And he extended it out to Clifford _Miku_ AKA.
You already messed it up.
Because she's like super. Who doesn't love Miku? She is super cute. Okay.
Her hair is way too long, and I think it would get caught in a blender. I'm pretty sure.
No, whichever.
I feel like you remember in the scene from The Incredibles about the capes and why capes don't work.
Yes, her hair.
That's exactly
right
what
into
it
a
is,
jet
but with
engine.
her hair.
Right into a jet engine.
All right, let's see if I can answer some of these questions.
Oh God,
here.
she's gonna jump right in. Look at her go.
I don't know.
No,
when you
it's
say
fine.
you're a girl gamer, are we talking about real games or Facebook phone? Any example of games that you have played?
Which one are you on?
Well, let's talk about the newest one that just got launched today that I'm super excited about, which is the ukulele. Have you seen that? The follow-up to Banjo-Kazooie? I'm super pumped. I'm a little like, I'm kind of like a kid gamer. I'm a big Nintendo dork. I really like the story games that make me kind of think and put together puzzles and things like that. So Banjo-Kazooie was actually my first 100% game. And the fact that they're making another one I guess, is really exciting. Normally I play a lot of Mario Kart 8 because
cool.
I'm kind of addicted to it. They just came out with the new DLC pack and 200cc, and I can't get enough of it. So it's pretty sweet. Let me see. How many
Oh, you
robots?
started in the middle. That's
Yeah, I'm like lost. I'm trying to figure out where we are. And
I'm just pulling the ones that I want to answer. So how about that
okay.
one? Oh.
Woman's prerogative.
Yeah,
Go for it.
yeah.
Do your thing.
I'm trying to get people to imagine 1 million views, but it's not catching on. It'll get there, Fast Cart. It will get to 1 million views. The only reason why I brought it up was because as a social person, you want to make like those pictures that are like, oh look, it got to 1 million views or whatever, and I already have one like pre-made, so I'm just kind of sitting on it, waiting until we hit 1 million, and then I can put it up on Facebook and like relink it. I was really hoping that yesterday we would hit 1 million so I could do like the Throwback Thursday idea, but everybody here in the office is like, why would you go with Throwback Thursday? Nah. I'm like, fine, but it's funny. They don't get it. Let's see. There was a post on Star Citizen Reddit saying that CIG will be at E3 this year. Not really. Sorry guys. We've signed up to go, but I don't know how much CIG will actually be present per se. You'll just have to stay tuned. We usually get like 1 day off to go to E3 as industry, so I don't know exactly what else we would have.
It's like they got to remember, y'all are people too, and y'all like to nerd out every once in a while yourselves and go to these events.
Yeah. It's definitely a work-play balance, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's see. What about anybody in the chat? I know that you guys don't usually do the chat, but I'm a fan.
What do you mean? Kind of asking questions?
Yeah.
Oh, it's too crazy right now. They're doing the giveaway.
I know,
so
it is crazy. I'm watching
crazy
them
pants.
all.
Let's see. Where do you want to? We could.
Well, Demon Cyberwolf got a lot right there. Number 57, I guess.
Most of them are for her. So.
What do you guys want to know? You can throw questions at me. That's fine.
Come on, Trendane.
What?
Yeah, go ahead, Trendane.
Oh, I
you
thought
wanna...
she was still choosing things. I stopped looking. I was looking at a different thing now.
Go to 57.
I was going to 53. Okay. From Kappa, what color are your socks? They are all white. All of them.
He had it prepared. Look at that.
All of them.
That was a left
That's
sock.
on my fan.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
So mine are all white. I don't know about anybody else.
Genvar, are you going to get in the next battle against the devs?
Perhaps. We're actually working on getting a system set up that will be a streaming / gameplay, just like dedicated rig within the office. Ben wants us to start playing like an hour at a time so that we get better at it.
Mm-hmm.
Because at this point, I probably would just show up and fly around and then just die. So there's going to take some effort and some training. I'm definitely excited to get that tutorial going with the new release and see what I don't already know.
I'm going to go through it too because I got to relearn it again.
Yeah, exactly. And like working with the QA teams, it's always interesting to see the different things that they're learning and picking up tricks about and that kind of stuff. So that's actually another thing that I'm looking to find a way to distribute amongst the masses, is all of those really cool little QA tidbits that they've learned along the way.
Those are the guys you want on your team.
Exactly. Yeah, we're looking at figuring out some way to bring in those guys because they're characters themselves, and the idea of having them tell stories about, oh, I was hanging out in my hangar and my ship just like ate my guy, like there's footage that I've seen that just I can't stop laughing at. There's just ridiculous things, but yeah, it's kind of fun. What else?
Good.
Questions.
From one of the many from Cyberwolf.
Yes.
What ship would all of the hosts like to see next?
Oh gosh, what is there left?
I mean, I'm just sort of like inclined to say, but I would really like to see the Starfarer like complete. But they just did a space truck, so it's probably not coming anytime soon.
I want to see one of the engineering ships.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'd like to see one of the more other class types, either a big medical ship or an engineering ship.
Trendane?
My freelancer.
You have a freelancer. You can walk around
It doesn't
in it right
go
now.
anywhere.
Well, you can
it's
pretend.
It's like an RV with no wheels and no engine.
But people still live in them. You can cook meth in the back.
I cannot. There's
So just
nothing in the back.
space
And I
math.
try to stand in the middle, and there's these little stickers on the wall that say, don't stand here. Like, you get to tell me where I can and cannot stand on my own ship.
But it doesn't really matter.
It does.
Because it's not going to kill you right now. It's not moving.
It matters to me.
You guys will be seeing the Starfarer sooner than later.
Sooner or later.
Let's just.
I figure it's pretty close. It's pretty close.
We're getting there. We're getting
Well,
there.
that's the other thing. Zuber just said he wants to see the Cutlass rework. I'd like to see all the original ships reworked. I know that's a big deal, but now that we've seen the Merlin redone, I think the Aurora would look beautiful as a totally reworked ship. You know, probably all shined up and polished and different windows, maybe. I don't know, something. Yes.
How much au jus sauce can the Starfarer carry?
Quite a bit. I'm planning on carrying at least 500,000 gallons of space lube.
Oh God.
It's important. It's
And you're
well,
telling me to behave before
No, no,
the
no,
show?
no, no. I'm talking about how do you think the hull E is going to get through one of these jump points?
With style and grace.
No, space lube. That's what I'm talking about. They lube up the ring and you just kind of jam it in there. It'll go through.
And you were telling me to behave before the show?
Dirty old man.
I'm not a dirty old man. I've always said I'm going to carry space lube in my Starfarer.
I hope Otis bites you in the leg.
He probably will. All right, next.
Okay. Let's go with something that isn't by Cyberwolf, which I clicked on one by Cyberwolf. Let's see. Fastguard says, Genvar, I'm trying to get people to get the Imagine Star Citizen trailer.
We just talked about that one.
We just
Shut
said that
up.
one.
Shut up. We
She
didn't
just-
just do it.
no,
We
she
did it a
did-
while ago.
no.
I know she chose it. I was looking at something else.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so never mind. That one she also answered. Second, the one by Yoko Rose about are they going to be at E3? Grrrah! Okay, from Izzy. Do you guys think hitchhiking will be possible / practical in the game? I just want to grab my towel and head out.
One of the interesting ideas that somebody was talking about with the Hull series is how they're magnetized, and the idea that you could like go and fly your ship and kind of Millennium Falcon up against the Star Destroyer and just kind of ride along with it. I think that would be kind of interesting because it would affect the fuel of the other ship instead of your own.
It'd be like
and,
very
you know.
parasitic kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like you would probably see that kind of hitchhiking a lot more than just a person kind of hitchhiking. If you really want to get into it, you could think like Firefly, the Serenity ship is essentially like a hitchhiking ship. The way that team kind of came together. So maybe.
Now, if somebody's sitting on or standing on the back of your ship and they're literally just kind of standing there with their boots locked on, it's not like there's any wind resistance for you to get blown off the ship or anything, unless they go through a nebula.
Okay, you
or
need it. If,
atmospheric reentry.
okay, shocker. Picking a should require a towel, of course, peanuts, or some sort of high protein, and probably a beer. These are all important. It says I'm telling you, and it wouldn't hurt to have possibly a Pan-Galactic Gargle Blaster if you really want to just be completely tanked for the entire trip.
Well, you heard about that like little kid that got caught up or not caught up, but he climbed up in the wheels of that airplane and flew to Hawaii as a stowaway. I feel like
Quite a stowaway. That kid should be dead.
Oh no, he should, but he lived. He lived through it. Anytime that somebody thinks about porting onto somebody else's ship or something, that's what I start thinking about is that kid that snuck up in the wheel well.
Well, I mean, I could see people like on the more bigger ships, you know, because they said like, you know, the Idris stuff are going to have ventilation shafts and everything. I could see, you know, pirates maybe stowing away themselves on, like they kind of make themselves look like everybody else, and they all of a sudden just pile on the ship when it's at port and get in the ducks and wait and lay in wait and then take on the ship.
You can
Makes them
ride on
more-
my ship if I can read Vogon poetry to you.
I feel like there's a lot of storage places within these ships where you could really go and hide yourself if you really wanted to.
Well, if you had like the little Merlin, you could jam that thing in somewhere, especially like in a hull E or D, like you were saying. You could like stick it on the side of the ship or up underneath one of
Let's see. What other things?
Trendane. Go.
Oh. I was looking at something else again. From Celestian Kitiara, it is mentioned that the D and E's will require water landing, while the A through C's can land like normal. Is this only if they are...
Loaded.
Can you word wrap the
Oh,
thing
God,
so I can see the rest
I'm
of the question?
sorry. I forgot
Number
word
86.
wrapping. Okay, word wrapping now. So,
Or will the D and E still require a water landing if they have no cargo and are folded up?
that's
Lots
an
of
absolutely
quotey fingers
excellent
in this
question. I don't know if Jenny can answer it, but
She can make something up.
I would probably lean towards it being landable if you got rid, you dumped off all your. Hold on, just give me a second.
ask one of those
Wasn't in the
people. That
You want me to
walk
run
by.
and go ask Ben?
No, but like Travis just walked by a little while ago. He probably knows.
They're not like around
No, it's
here.
fine. It's fine. You don't have to do that. Okay, we mostly speculate around here anyway, so we'll just speculate. I think, as Jenny said, that if you get rid of the cargo and it's all folded up, I think you should still be able to land on a great big pad, of course, but
Yeah.
you should be able to land
I mean, if you
somewhere.
How
think
much
about the
bigger
way
than a
that it
planet
kinda-
do you need?
No, not planet, pad. Big pad.
Well, I mean,
Landing
even
pad.
then, I mean, you could still land the D and E on planet side, but it would be like where you're still sustained above land. Basically, they got deals that would come up and latch onto it and offload it, and then you could fold back up and land down.
Okay, here we go.
I would think.
B101 has the answer. This hull CD and E typically deposit their cargo automated orbital yards before landing to dock,
Okay.
although they are equipped to water landing. Oh, I see. So we would have to land in a dock with a CD and E, or land in water on a low gravity world.
So
Yeah.
you can
So-
land it in water.
Right, but the idea with no cargo though is that it compacts back into itself enough that all of them will.
See, there's Travis.
There's Travis. He could answer it now.
Damn.
Okay. Next.
From the Night Riders, can you use grabby hands in the starboard spacebar?
I would assume so.
God, he's loud. Yes, I think so too.
I would think that part of the immersion tactic of this game is the fact that you would be able to grab and
Pick 'em up
everything. So I don't see why one area would be left out of that.
Well, and also,
Well-
it brings me to remember what Chris Roberts was saying about how there ain't going to be like a little scroller wheel where you pick conversations. Everybody's going to react to your reaction. So if you go to a table and you take a drink off of it, they're going to react to you taking off that drink. It adds to the immersion. So,
Yep.
and they'll try and swipe it back from you saying, "Hey, don't take my drink."
Well,
I've seen-
given the
I've-
fact that... Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I've seen some of the mocap for the ArcCorp bars and things like that. It's so exciting, you guys. It's really cool.
The rest of his thing says waitress slaps geek domo, so I think the grabby hands at the bar.
Oh,
might
that
be
was a
little different than what
completely
we're
different direction. No, I'm thinking you just pick stuff up.
Yeah.
I would like
Yeah.
to see you pick up a space peanut.
There is a bar fight mocap. I've seen that.
There you
That's
go.
all.
That's going to be hilarious.
The
Awesome.
interesting thing though is that when they're actually filming it, they give so much gap between the actual the two mocap people, so you're just air fighting the whole time. And the best part about it is the fact that one of the Queen's bodyguards was actually one of our mocap people, and so he goes into it with ultimate professionalism, and he's the one doing the air punches. It's just like perfect.
That's cool.
Now they could also take that same scene and use him as like a crazy man, just swinging air and stuff. But we got to take him way back to the insane asylum.
I think the weirdest thing I saw though is the Van Duel capture where they're just standing there and then they go and they just sit and cross their legs, and that's one of the animations. I'm like, can we show that? And they're like, no. It's like, fine. It's pretty fun.
It gives too many tidbits away.
Yeah.
From Gregory,
Yes.
do you think there will be poker in Star Citizen?
Good question.
Oh, well, that brings to mind like Final Fantasy 14 Online right now. They have they just brought in different gambling games and stuff. So I could see them doing mini games in Star Citizen. That would be fun. And another way for people to earn credits.
Or roulette.
Yeah, I would definitely
Hopefully-
think that maybe it'll be some like custom game that's, you know, not something that people expect like a poker or a roulette. It'll be some sort of space designed,
roulette.
you know, game.
See, that's the thing that worries me. I had this dream once years ago about this game called Vortex, and you had like a certain number of dice that you had to throw, and the bets were based on what the end result of the die were going to be, which of the die would fall down the vortex first, how long they would rotate around the vortex before. I mean, it was this multi-tiered gambling thing. It was horrible. It was ugly. Like,
I don't know. I'm not the person to ask. But I mean, the fact that, you know, we're thinking about things like Cargo Olympics is pretty interesting. You can only imagine where the minds of these creatives go. It's fascinating.
No, that's your chair.
That's a great idea, B. Well, little sub mini games would be fantastic, like a lunar lander on your when you're on your.
You should just put a name tag.
Nothing.
Sorry, like a lunar lander on your console or something, in one of your consoles on board the ship. You could play that. It'd be kind of fun. Remember the old lunar lander, Trendane?
I can barely hear you.
Yeah, you sound muffled.
You can't hear me at all.
Yeah,
No,
you
it's
sound
only
muffled.
when things are moving in Jen's background.
Yeah, that's testy. Test 1, 2, 3.
Now say it.
Yeah.
I was saying, Lunar Lander, the old Lunar Lander game. Remember the like DOS game or Amiga game
Yeah.
from way back when? It would be cool to. Somebody was just saying in chat, wouldn't it be neat to have it on the console? It's where it landed.
Just whenever.
You can play it. Oh, what is that? What is that? Who's screwing around with us over
That
here?
is the Connie.
It is a Connie,
Who's flying the Connie?
It's probably a Lando.
and that is a
Yeah,
Lando.
the Lando.
Bad Lando. Bad Lando.
Uh,
Tell him he's a bad monkey.
yes.
All right. He's always getting in trouble. Space Tetris, yes. And Space Zork. You're floating near a mailbox. Go west. Okay, next one, Trendane.
What movie are you most looking forward to this year?
Oh, God.
That's from Black
Oh.
Eagle.
Is that for all of
Jesus
us?
Christ.
Doesn't list anyone in specific.
Ooh.
Gotta be Star Wars, man.
It's the default.
Got to be.
No,
had
I
dreams
got
about
three.
that
It's,
game.
it's Star Wars. It's the Batman versus Superman and
Avengers.
the new Avengers.
Avengers
Those
is good. I
three
mean,
is
Avengers
what
is
I
good.
want.
We'll fall back on that one, of course.
We
But
saw Avengers last night as a team, so
was it good?
yeah. There were moments that I laughed with it, and then there were moments that I laughed at it, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, it was pretty crap.
It was fun. It was light. It felt like they took the idea of the Avengers and then realized how much revenue that they could make off of merchandising, and they watered it down for little kids a little bit. And so
They went
that,
the George
like,
Lucas route.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. And you mean like the opening sequence is, you know, immediate action sequence where they're, you know, fighting and stuff. And oh, look how they all align right into form, so you see all of the Avengers, you know, like right there. And it's very much like well, here's this person's feature. This is what you could buy of their suit, you know. And
Marketing.
I enjoyed it. I don't know if I would go back and watch it a second time in theaters, but I would watch it if it was back on Netflix or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tren, what about you, bud?
What?
What would you like?
For what?
Movies.
To see this year.
Movies.
Oh, yeah. See, she wasn't done. That's why I wasn't thinking of.
Magic Mike XXL. I killed the whole conversation with that one.
I have no idea what that is when Magic Mike XX.
Did
Now
you
it
already
comes out.
answer? Did you already answer the one about what ship you want or how many ships you own?
No. It was, for her. Oh.
I have the like developer pack, so I don't actually have to like buy any of the ones that I want to play
More
with.
ships
I
than
just have
Clifford's
them.
got. Now he's pissed off. He wants to work at SIG so he can get more ships.
Huh? Me?
Well, I'm not pissed off about it, so the only
I'm
other
not
person
either.
would be you.
You good,
No,
sir.
I'm never.
Mr. 88
Okay.
ships.
So,
Mine's gone to the development of the game. I think 94 ships is enough for right now until they come up with some more. Oh yeah, I don't think I ever told Jenny how many ships I got.
Oh,
Cliff,
well,
Clifford-
now she knows.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
he's
so
requesting
funny.
5,000
more
ships
ships.
right now.
He needs 5,000 ships by tomorrow. Can you deliver them with UPS?
No, that's why I bought 2 of everything, and then I bought like 12 whole A's.
Hey, I just won 59 XP, baby, at my roulette. Space roulette. All right. Next Trendane, please.
From Zealous, who is one of the guys from Fuzzball Enterprises.
It's a fuzzball.
The question is, how big of an org would it take to run a Hull E, in your opinion?
You got to have at least 4 or 5 other ships with you. At least.
Ships?
Other ships. Yeah, you need to have a couple of escorts. That's just a big fat pig saying, rob me on the side. all
Right,
over
so
the
how
place.
many people to run the Hull E itself?
Oh, the Hull E. You're going to need... I don't know. I think you'd be fine with about 4 or 5. Yeah, it's not... Because it's not all that. You know, it's just the front part and the back part.
Yeah,
And the stuff in the middle is kind of all-
most of it would be
okay.
probably just the mundanity of running a Holy and driving when you have to trade out.
Hey, some of us like space trucking, and that's a very enjoyable trip, the mundanity of...
See, I would be
picking up and
I would be the
dropping
one
off.
in like the security ship, just like floating around and making sure that nothing's coming at it.
Nothing wrong with that. Flying
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, and I would say about 5. I mean, that was what Ben suggested in the Q&A post.
I
So
don't know what y'all worry about. I have my droids running it.
These are not the droids you're looking for, Clifford.
And C-3PO is a terrible shot, I'm just saying.
He is, yeah.
He's a good magnet for shots, though.
Brock Kelly just came up with a new word for you there, Trend. Trendanity. It's a new word, trendanity.
Oh, I see, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So, from B101 UK, any news on the CitizenCon dates in Manchester, UK later this year?
That's for
oh,
you,
I'm
Jenny.
sorry, I missed that. What?
See, it's not just me.
My brother just texted me. My brother just texted me. I had to answer. What was the question? Sorry.
It's from B101 UK, and the question
Okay.
is, any news on the Star Citizen Con dates in Manchester, UK later this year?
If it hasn't been announced, I can announce them now.
Bam.
Bam. Denied. Shut down.
Sorry, you had to repeat a non-answer.
Okay. That's okay.
We just wasted all of my response time with you repeating the answer, so that's how it works out.
No worries.
Let's see. From the Knight Rider. Any news when the last single-player ship, the Vanduul Scythe, will be ready, will be hangar ready, and arena commander ready?
That one's not even on my radar.
No is a perfectly acceptable answer.
Nope.
I
No, I
have,
want
I
the
have a
flat
list. I have a list of things that are in the pipeline, and those words that you just told me do not
Do not
not in
compute.
no. But you know, once again, I am not the person to ask. That is Miss Lisa Ohanian upstairs in production. She is the ship queen.
Yes, we must capture her soon for an interview.
Yeah,
Yes.
she seems very excited to interface with the community. So I wouldn't
Oh.
be surprised if you wanted to ping her. She'd be down.
Snagger.
Yeah.
Well, definitely, it's. I'm glad to see her come on board because that's got to be a relief to a lot of them guys to finally get it all organized and streamline it. And,
Oh, absolutely. I mean, for our own content, it's very exciting because now we actually have an avenue into getting ship updates. You know, for a while it was kind of like figuring out
especially
a minefield.
Especially Foundry 42, Aaron Roberts is probably going, "Thank God!"
Oh man,
Need some help.
they are working so hard, man. It's spectacular. Just the amount of work that's being put in over here is just it's crazy.
Next, good
see.
sir.
From Mr. Ubermongo, about stowaways. Does a spaceship not have life sign detectors?
I don't know. Does it?
I don't know.
I
All
don't
right.
know is also an acceptable answer.
Yes, it's an answer we're going to have to go with. We got a picture of what space trucking is going to be like. This came from Celestian Kitatara. Let's see. This is probably exactly what space trucking is like. Hold on. There we go.
Because we're going to see it later in the stream.
Yeah, you'll see it in a minute in the stream.
In 30 seconds.
In 30 seconds. Yeah, that's pretty much space trucking. But, I mean, that's cool. I mean, I'm actually kind of looking forward to doing that. Just kicking back, watching some, like, some kind of video on the thing or playing a game itself while I'm space, because that's what space trucking is about. You kind of, like, divert yourself while you're hauling the load from point A to point B.
We found Jenny.
That's
what she's going to be
Jenny
doing when
space trucking.
when she's exploring. She's going to be playing a video game within a video game.
No movement of anything other than her fingers and her eyes.
No, mine would be more like a Netflix queue or something like that.
Yeah, lunar lander.
Put a controller in her head.
There you go.
A different type of controller.
Marathoning season 47 of Daredevil.
You
Hell
can't see it on the
yes.
stream as well, but that's Asteroid. No, that's I'm sorry, Space Invaders. She's playing Space Invaders. All right, moving on.
From Army 1 to BC, when will FPS even get close? To what? To what?
Yeah.
We are putting out a big "What is the deal with the FPS" post early next week. So there is your answer.
I don't know why that makes me mad, because I'm just like, I don't know, maybe because I'm just one of those people that just, I can wait because I know what I can see Chris's vision. He wants it to be like, when it comes out, good, because this is the first impression of FPS.
Exactly. You are exactly right. The idea is that, we want to give you guys everything as fast as we possibly can, but part of that is taking a step back and thinking, all right, well, let's make it up to the standards that we want to make it, and then we'll give it to you guys. And what I've seen is really, really freaking awesome. So I would just say, just be patient. Be patient. That's all I have to say. Be patient.
Well, it'll bring more value to the consumers anyways, because they'll have that much more to play for the months to come until Squadron 42 drops and the Persistent Universe drops, or the first iteration of the social.
Magnetron, so real quick, Magnetron, you have 1 minute to type an exclamation point claim. Do it now. Go. Magnetron claimed it.
There you go.
Congratulations, Magnetron won the Hall
Oh, so that was
C.
the drawing. Oh,
Sorry,
Yeah.
it kind of prematurely shot off there.
congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Magnet. You just won a Hall C. You're going to have to contact Clifford, a.k.a. Miku.
Here, I'll post something in chat.
Yeah.
Hey.
There was two problems. One, maybe I shouldn't have stressed the sentence the way I did, because Army may not have necessarily meant, like, when is that going to be out? May not have quite meant it like that. And two, on the flip side of that, it is so critically important to remember that this game is being made in a way unlike any game I have ever seen developed.
And Trending used to work at EA.
What? Oh, yes, I worked at EA, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But no other gaming company that I've ever seen has been this forthcoming with all of the data. And in a way that kind of has a shoot yourself in the foot kind of thing, because people they start getting so amped for everything. They want it right now. And because they're accustomed to seeing, companies share virtually no information. By the time you're hearing about it, it's done and it's pretty much ready to go. Just keep in the forefront of your mind that is not the way this is going. This is being produced very, very differently. We are being kept abreast of things, so it seems like it's taking a lot longer. So that's why pushing, be patient is so much more crucial.
Patient Padawans.
All right, we got about 15 more minutes, guys. The giveaway was supposed to go to the end, but it didn't make it. The bot got a little bit tired of handling all the crap and just said, you know what, screw it. We'll do it now.
Great.
All right, so continue on. About 15 more minutes and we'll wrap it up.
Can you tell us more about the upcoming ship Reliant from KNSG?
Let me see what I can tell you about the Reliant.
It's by my guess. This is just my guess, guys. It is going to be a very reliable ship. I think that it'll probably be made with high quality components.
We can assume that the soon moniker can apply. We'll just leave it at that.
Jenny looked at some screen that had numbers on it, and she came back with these soon. So it's actually very official. It's coming out tomorrow.
So what you need to do, get a hold of one of those CSI computers and go back and watch this thing, and they just enhance the reflection in her eye. You'll be able to see the monitor she was looking at, and you'll have your dates. There you go.
Yeah, the concept is coming along. I'm again not the person to talk about that. That will be Miss Lisa Ohanian. But yeah, soon. Maybe you can drop the TM. Maybe. Who knows?
Next Thursday at 4 p.m.
Yeah, we're putting out a concept sale on a Tuesday.
Thursday.
Starcast would like to reiterate that no one can be held liable for any statements made on this show.
Ever.
Asterisk.
Let's
guys are
see.
funny.
Sometimes. Most of the time.
Where can I get a script so you can read to me? Okay, Army, I don't know. Pick a script, whatever.
He wants you to read to him gently at night.
From
A script.
the Night Rider. No, from the Night Rider.
Oh,
This
okay.
is the question. Genvar, what ships are you most interested in flying in the game?
Dude, I'm a speedster. Like that is my jam.
Vroom,
Like
vroom.
yeah, currently I'm living in Santa Monica, and the idea of not being able to drive my nice car is starting to eat at me because I am the one back in Texas that was going 85 miles an hour on the freeway.
No. Cops watch the show. Shh. You drive 55 all the time, both hands on the wheel, 10 and 2.
No, us in Texas, my smart car goes 85, 90 maxed out all the time. I don't slow down because there's nothing in front of me
Oh, man,
but
I
road.
guess.
The only reason your car goes that fast, Clifford, is because you used the rubber bands on the hamster in the beginning.
No, I have a nice V6 that I'm sitting on, and it drives me insane that I can't even open it up any. It's like I commute 13 blocks to work on some days. Most
Trendane.
days I walk to work, so it's like it's even killer.
Like,
But yeah, like
da-da-da.
like any of the racing ones, man. I've gotten my hands on a couple of them. I
M50?
haven't picked a specific one that's my favorite, but
Actually, that means you're making more at SIG because you're saving all that gas money.
well, yeah, and that was kind of the other thing was I don't know how well you guys know Austin, but my house in Austin was actually on the northeast side, more towards like the developing areas
Yeah.
where I could afford it. And then when I got my job at AMD, they're way southwest,
Oh.
and so the idea was, do I rent my house out and move closer, or do I just get a nice car that I can commute in? And I'm really glad that I took the nice car option because when I first worked at CIG, I was working in their Austin office, and I would have to commute all the way down to Bee Cave, which is even further southwest.
Yes.
So it was a good,
We
30, 45 minutes each way every day.
We
so.
have totally found Jenny's button, driving.
Dude, it's the best. It's the best.
She loves to drive fast.
We need to
Mario
get her
Kart-
We need to get her some NASCAR tickets. Where they take her in the pit and they let her drive a car.
Trendane, you've been trying to say something.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, though, my brother got to do one of those Lamborghini speed test things when we went to
Nice.
Vegas, and he was
Awesome.
driving at 280 or something ridiculous like that. It was pretty awesome.
So you were saying earlier that you've got a V6 that you're sitting on, and I'm thinking maybe the seat is too far forward. You might want to scoot it back a little bit, and maybe that'll help.
Yeah, I have a little cute little 128i that I knew that I wanted the nicer car, but I didn't want to pay out the nose for the nicer car prices, and so I got the low end model that had all of the things that I needed, and it's working out pretty gangbusters right now. I kind of love it, except for the fact that I can't drive it. But
Dude, sorry, buddy. He's like, am I missed a giveaway? Yes, it just.
I was just going to say that.
Womp womp.
If nobody else had said anything, I was going to be like, "Toodaloo-oi!" The giveaway's already open.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm checking Megatron right now.
Oh, you're sending it over to him?
Well, I'm checking the message he sent me. I'm fixing to get him the ship.
From Caged Geek, Jenny, what made you want to work at CIG?
well, I mean, I've kind of explained this a couple of times, but my first introduction was in the Hawaii launch at AMD. We released our new graphics cards, and Chris did a full presentation about Star Citizen back then. It was 2013, I guess. And that's where I met Chris and Sandy and got a little taste of the world. And then when I realized that we were doing the Mustang Omega sale or partnership with them, it kind of turned my ear even more. And the fact that they had an Austin office and a Santa Monica office helped a lot. So I'm just like the space and the Star Wars and Firefly, you can just hear it in my geekdom. So the idea of getting to work on something where you're building out a universe just as vast and just as awesome as those ones that you grow up and you really appreciate is super exciting.
From Denivis. Every time the Star Citizen Reddit does a survey, it shows there are like 2% females among the Star Citizen fans. I bring this one up because you mentioned it kind of earlier. Why don't the ladies love space, Jen?
It's not that they don't love space. I love space. I just think maybe it's the what we're talking about right now, the anticipation and the waiting. They would much rather just kind of, give their pledge money, get the ships they want, and then just sit back and wait until it's something that they can go and do 8,000 different things with. At least that would be my interpretation of it.
Real quick, a question from Twitter. Ramo Rico asked, Genvar, what kind of things are you looking to promote non-English speaking communities like Latin America?
Ah, that's awesome. Yeah, so, I mean, you can imagine that something like the first-person shooter can translate to any language. So, something like a tournament style with different regions of the world and building out. I've been following things like StarCraft and the Dota 2. What is it called? The Ultimate? No, not the Ultimate. Why am I blanking? I just had it.
I don't know.
We're
I
just going to
brain
sit here
farts
and
all the
stare at
time.
you until you remember.
It happens to me all
No
the
pressure.
time. No pressure at all. Trying to think of the name of.
I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter at all.
Just the idea of getting more visibility of the different regions of the world is going to be important. I know how Latin America loves their MMOs and Latin America loves their online gameplay, so it's not like it's lost on me for sure. And additionally on that, things like captions on our videos are becoming more and more obvious that we need to implement. But the question is, who's going to sit there and who's going to transcribe a 40-minute video every week and translate it into X amount of languages? And that's just something that we don't have the bandwidth for right now.
Trendane could do voice acting for a Scottish video if you need it.
The whole sea has left my hangar. It is gone.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Magnetron,
Is there someone
congratulations.
piloting it, or did you just kick it out the door?
He did. He pushed it out the door.
Megatron stole it, man. I didn't even get to keep waxing it. He just took it out of the hangar. He was like, see ya.
Speaking of which, Magnetron, given my reputation, do not say that if you mention Trendane, you get to ride for free. Don't.
No, completely.
Don't
We're being
do
nice
that.
tonight because we have a lady. So, you nasty boy talk. Stop it.
Speaking of which, question from Magnetron: how will the game deal with skill lag and other lag that comes with large open world games?
That's a great question, and maybe let me expound on that question a little bit, Jenny. I think what he's talking about is like EVE Online, right? You can't just jump into EVE Online; it's too big. It's been going on too long. You just cannot do it. Do you know of any kind of systems that they plan on having in place, maybe that can help negate some of that and keep the game easy to play for everybody all the time?
Well, the main thing for me is the fact that there's no leveling in it. The talent and the skill is going to come from you playing the game enough to elevate yourself on that level of being an elite gamer. So if you want to take it on a micro scale, imagine like the mining aspect of the game. We don't want it to look like a progress bar as the your ore is being mined. We actually want you to go in and cut out that ore from that asteroid. And so the ability to do that, of course, at the beginning you might kind of suck at it and maybe salvage 50% or what. I don't know exactly how much you would assume, but as you do it more and more and more, the idea will be the talent and the skill will come from yourself and not from leveling up within the game. So ideally, anybody that it's somebody that just comes into the game and then meets up with somebody that's been playing for years, they're still going to be equals within the game, and it's really what you bring as a gamer to it that will.
Oh no!
Oh no! Photobomb
no!
by the boys.
You guys know that.
He didn't say Bug
Bug
Smashers.
Smashers.
Yeah, we should have gotten him to say Bug Smashers.
Yeah, that was Mark, Dan Tracy, and I didn't see who the third person was. I think it was Randy.
Vin
Trust
Diesel.
me.
I think it was
Vin
Randy.
Diesel.
Yeah. Min Diesel.
No, I don't.
Trendane
People were
did
saying there's a couple of things in comments in chat I wanted to cover real quick. That they were saying that there's Squadron 42. I know a few people, myself probably included, that probably once I've gone through Squadron 42 the first time, I don't ever want to go back through it again. Or there's gonna be people that show up and be like, oh, I don't want to do this first-person military thing. I want to just jump in and play the game. And so Squadron 42 might be an answer for some, but it doesn't mean it's an answer for everyone. And I don't want them to dumb the game down, no, but I don't want to see it get to the level of complexity that EVE Online is, where it's just so incredibly impossible to join in right now. There's memes and jokes all over the internet for how bad EVE Online is to jump in as a new player.
I mean, if you think about the idea of jumping in as a community, the community is already there. Mm-hmm. So maybe for me at least, the idea of what my job entails is building that inside joke more or less as far and as vast as we can before the game even comes out, so that when you do get this wave of new people within the game, there is that established, like, this is what we want you to feel like, this is how the game is supposed to go, and everybody already kind of understands that because we've essentially figured it out together over all of these years. That's pretty fun to me.
Well, and also I see, Star Citizen is in itself a lot different, because EVE, you're seeing a lot of numbers there, where Star Citizen, you're actually going to be able to touch. I think it's going to be easier for people to grasp and say, okay, here's my ship. I can land on this planet, walk on my ship, and actually see what I want to buy it, pick it up, put it in my ship, and go trade it. Not okay, I got all these numbers here, this goes here. Oh, I got an engine part here, I got to click and drag it over here. No, you'll actually physically see objects and be able to put them where you need it. So it's it'll help the people who are more visual.
Yeah, and the thing is like, everything is super customizable, but at the same time, all of the ships themselves, if stock, will work just as fine in any sort of these games. So if you're not really into souping up your ship and getting it to that max efficiency, then you'll probably just be as fine as some. I mean, I don't want to speak too much on. You'll be fine, that kind of thing, obviously, because somebody will take it out of context.
Well, they could be fine. Say because in the verse, just like kind of like Star Wars Galaxies, there might be somebody in there that's good at tweaking engines, and they sell them on the open market, and all that guy has to do is say, okay, I made some simple deliveries. Now I can get the engine I want, and just plug it in. He doesn't have to learn all that intricate of how to soup up his engine.
That's true.
Brock Kelly, I get what you're saying, and the forums and Reddit can be a little toxic at times. There's only one solution I've found, is I just stay off. He was basically saying that he doesn't like to go over the RSI site because he feels that some people are quite elitist. There are really good people there. You'll find some good people.
Yeah, and I know me and Jenny had this conversation before where they are making headway and improving the more welcoming people on the forums and stuff, and making it a better place.
It's a growing pains thing.
Yeah, it's hard to control so many people, because the people who are the actual naysayers are very small compared to the whole broad of people that play this game. Mm-hmm.
But they're the vocal minority. That's the problem.
Yeah,
they're the ones who shout the loudest.
Yeah.
That's how it always is. It's the internet.
It's the internet. Welcome to the
And then
internet.
that's when we
Eventually,
need
you'll
it.
learn not to listen.
Yeah.
And then
so
that's
why I
when we
just
need to
stay
say, Jarrett, get on it. Get your damn hammer over there and start bashing him in the head and get him off there. Now. Stat.
It'll be all right.
I know.
I mean, if you really look at the forums of other websites, I honestly feel like ours is pretty tame compared to how vicious some of those other games are. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I've seen
And
some.
that, and that's kind of one of the things for me is like I'm not a super like hardcore gamer on those kind of levels where I am, in the forums or anything like that. And so it is a little bit of an apprehension for me to have to dig into a forum. And so the fact is this one is fairly tame compared to
the League of Legends, yes.
oh my god, it's just
Yeah.
just the
And well,
trauma
what's-
of even going in those right now. It's just
And what's good about Star Citizen is that you have actually a good example when y'all highlighted twerk. If you don't want to go to the forums and worried about getting bashed for asking a stupid question, go to a streamer.
Yeah.
He is more than welcome to walk you through it step by step.
Absolutely. It's a
Because
good point.
that means that's one more person they've drawn into the game and not shunned them away.
Yep. And that's definitely something that we're looking to expand on is the idea that anybody that wants to stream Star Citizen, we are happy to have you do it. And we're actively looking for people that want to be featured. We will be hosting them after Reverse the Verse, which is now on Fridays at 11 Pacific. I'm terrible with the time
They moved
shift
it just
kind
to
of
be in
thing,
front
but-
of our show, you realize.
Do what?
They moved it just to be in front of our show.
There you go. There's the plan. No, but
No,
yeah,
that was
they-
nice that you guys hit that guy with 900 people.
That was
He was
funny.
freaking out. He was like,
And then the one before that freaked out, and I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
it's
I love
great.
watching that because it's good for them too. It also gives them a wind at their back. Hey, now I got that many more people realize that I'm one of the many people that stream Star Citizen.
Exactly. And I've gotten messages from the few that we've featured in the last few weeks being like, oh, it was so amazing that you guys gave me a ship to give away on the show or whatever. But the fact is that the fans donated enough money now that I can give away ships for months,
Right,
things
right,
like that.
right,
And
yeah.
that's the whole point for me is the idea that the community is coming together and supporting each other, not only supporting the game, they're supporting each other. So
yep. All right,
Seems
let's
like a
do
win.
let's do one more question there, Trendane, and we can GTFO.
I've already got it ready.
All right, let's go, sir. What?
Genvar, cake or death?
Ooh.
ooh, the cake is a lie. So
How about the chicken arrabbiata?
Can I just like fake jump into the pit on the right side and like go run through the air vents and escape?
That's a good possibility. They were on the Death Star.
Portal jokes, portal jokes.
But
No,
they were on the
because
Death
the
Star.
bit on the right side was the one with the helping hands that caught Sarah
Oh,
while she
was
was
it
falling
the
into
left
the oubliette.
side? Dang
She went
it.
into the right door. So
I lose my nerd credit. I tried. I made it so long, you guys. It's like an hour.
Oh, the cake is real. The promise of the cake is a lie.
the cake is real. The what?
The promise of the cake is a lie.
I'm a big like German chocolate cake fan. Those
My
are
wife
pretty
makes an
solid.
amazing German chocolate
yeah.
cake.
But if you have to choose, it's like a lemon gelato or a chocolate mousse for me. Those are my two.
I like a good
You
chocolate
eat an
mousse.
entire moose.
Yeah, dude.
All right, everybody. Let's go around the room and let's start with Mr. Clifford, aka Miku.
I am Clifford, aka Clifford _ aka Miku on Twitch. Clifford _ at Clifford _ Miku on Twitter and on YouTube, and I will post the link in the chat.
Mr. Trendane.
Give me a point, man. I'm on drugs, okay?
You are on drugs.
I could not eat an entire moose, and I'm fat.
Eating it, but Jesus Christ, they're so
I mean, I could possibly eat an elk, but not a moose. It's just never mind. I'm trending everywhere, everywhere, except on the Normandy. I don't work on the Normandy,
He does not work on the Normandy. We confirmed that
No.
tonight.
and very shortly I will be on the Friday night show on the base.
Which is who we're going to go raid right after this. We're going to go host them.
Gotta
that would be lovely. Thank you so much.
It's very nice. And Jenny. Go.
Yeah, you can find me on most social places as It's Genvar, and I'll post it to the link. Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Bam!
Bam!
Go follow her now.
Now. Give her all the follows. All right, everybody. I wanted to say a special thank you very much tonight for Jenny for coming on and chit-chatting with us about spaceships and stuff.
Sorry, I couldn't answer more.
Oh, no.
Pasha, we're most vapid cast in the universe. You could just talk about whatever.
There you go.
Sometimes we talk about
And
fish.
we have.
Yeah, we have. It's just whatever. Okay. What we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to go over and raid the base. We're going to go raid the base. So here it is. We're going to go over there and say, Starcast raid!
Do it.
Do it.
Now.
Go say, Starcast raid on the base and make Rico shit his pants. So thank you guys, and congratulations again, Magnetron,
Yeah.
for the win. Thank you for watching, everybody, and we'll have more
Another
ships.
trucker is born.
Another trucker's born. Mother trucker. All right, guys, good night. And remember, it's nice to be important, but more important to be nice.
Should they be-
Be careless.
And be careless.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.